And we're back up and running again.
Oh, shit. One moment.
Oh, what?
Oh, I thought I had another water down here.
I think there's one over on my chair over there. On the couch.
Oh, you do?
Maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, let's do this. Yeah, I need to get rid of Garrett's cup still.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew.
I don't know how
Where's
you drink.
piss water? Because it looks
Pretty
like
much.
piss water. It really does.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to drink it back in high school. I can't do Mountain Dew
I
anymore.
drank... The only Mountain Dew I ever drank was sometimes I would get the Baja Blast at McDonald's at Taco Bell. Or the Gummy Bear shit, Voltage.
Oh, God.
Because it's straight liquid gummy bears, basically. Anyway.
Gummy bears are good and all, but...
I guess you can start this one. No, remember, this is not a why is it there, though. This is just a regular review. Because it's Mandalorian.
Okay. Hello, another... Yeah.
Try again! I should keep shit like this. I really should do a bloopers eventually, but I won't.
You sure?
It's fucking too much of an ass pain in my ass to do it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of... Well, actually, no. It is not Why Is That There? This is actually just a basic review
This is just a review.
of The Mandalorian on the Disney Plus.
So far. We'll continue to be doing this. We'll probably do one actually... Ooh, you know what? We'll probably do it each time they release an episode. We'll do another review.
Yeah. And currently at this time, we have seen the first four episodes?
Yes,
Yeah.
Chapter 4. We've been through Chapter 4 at this point. Spoilers, duh.
Yeah.
Because
So, if you don't want to hear the spoilers...
you might want to turn off now.
Yeah, or watch the episodes first.
And then come back. Yeah, because this is definitely going to be a spoiler thing. Because we're just going to talk about it.
So no crying because we forewarned you.
Because I just thought about the fact that this is Disney too, which is fucking great.
Yeah.
So okay, so anyway, Disney, Star Wars, not exactly been a happy marriage so far. Like, in the words of Flash Gets, you don't get to Star Wars another franchise. Hey, what? I'm not the one who said it first.
Yeah.
Check out the Flash Kids video if you can. It's probably back up on YouTube or not. It's Disney tries to buy Dragon Ball Z or something like that. It's Mickey Mouse. It's animated. It's fucking hilarious.
And
so shout out to Flash Kids for that.
And if you can't find it on YouTube, he's got a Newgrounds account. Check it there.
Check it there because it's fucking funny. But anyway, Star Wars, Disney, not exactly been a happy marriage. The new movies have been at
I'd
best
say mediocre.
honestly worse than the prequels in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
they really have been. Like the prequels were bad because the scripts were bad.
But the acting was pretty
But
good.
the acting was good. Like if you go back and watch the prequels, like for example, everybody always rags on it was Christensen, wasn't there, or something like that?
Oh, the
Hayden
guy-
Christensen or something like that.
Something like the guy who played Anakin.
Yeah, the guy who played Anakin. Everybody rags on him and is like, "Oh, his acting was terrible." No, the script was broken. If you go back and like actually turn like the fucking like the volume off on those scenes and rewatch it, his facial expressions and stuff are perfect. Like they are spot on, which is good acting. Broken script is broken script. But I digress. But anyway, the new movies. Scripts are broken too. The acting's bad too. Well, not all the acting. Some of the characters are better than others. And then some of the characters are terrible and can't decide which accent they're in. Ray. Learn, either be British or American, sweetie, please. Like, I'm just being serious with you. Like, please, like, pick one. I mean, I don't care. British, American, I don't give a fuck. But pick an accent. For God's sakes. You're the only one doing it in the film. You're the only one that's screwing up and you're the main character. Please fix that, please. But anyway, actually I hope you don't fix it because then our review of the new movie will be fucking wonderful. But anyway, Mandalorian, which is what we're reviewing today. Thank you, Disney. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but even I'm like, yes, this works. Like, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
This is fun to watch. This is entertaining.
And who would have guessed right off the bat, as soon as you launch the first episode, you become one of the biggest new memes all over the fucking internet.
Fucking Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Everywhere. Like, just... That's one of the reasons why I actually was like, I'm going to watch this. Because I was like, fucking this meme is everywhere. But, like, it's so good. Like, okay, so, a little backstory on, like, The Mandalorian, and we'll get your opinion on it, too.
Yeah.
I hated Boba Fett. Fucking hated Boba Fett. Like, I honestly thought Boba Fett was one of the most overrated fucking piece of shit characters ever created in fucking movie lore history. Because he's I'm the badass bounty hunter that got a fucking jetpack and a rocket pack on my back. And I'm just like, the fuck is that rocket pack for, ass lick? What are you gonna do with that? What are you gonna do with that, fuckface? Oh, look, and you're done. There's your weapon. And I got eaten. like, what the fuck? Like, shitty character. Shitty character. Like, and then everybody's like, oh, he's fucking great. No, fuck you. He's a shitty character. What was your opinion on Boba Fett?
Honestly, in my opinion, when I was a kid, I liked Boba Fett. But when the prequels came out, then they brought out Jango, which Jango was like, eh. Like,
Jango was better than Boba, I will give him that.
He was a little bit better, but he was still a douchebag.
They were both shitty. They really weren't good at their jobs. You know what I mean?
Well, hell, Mace Windu came in and sliced his fucking head off.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, they weren't good at their jobs. They were shitty fucking people, and they weren't good at their jobs. So you're just like, eh. So, like, going in to watch The Mandalorian, I was like, oof. I was like, I don't like Boba Fett. I really didn't like Jango either. And I was just like, well... I was like, first of all, I went and did some research real quick and been like, is it Boba Fett? It's not. Okay. I was like, now I'll give it a chance, right? Because I got Disney Plus, why the fuck not, right?
Yeah.
So I start watching the fucking series, and they introduce, they still haven't named him. I guess we're just calling him Mando at this point. That's what everybody calls him. So they introduce Mando. In the, the classic. Oh, by the way, if you don't know about The Mandalorian at all, this series borrows from Westerns and samurai films. Just, that's basically what it is. It's Western samurai films.
Yeah, it's definitely, they borrow a lot from the Western.
The honor system is the samurai films.
Yeah.
And also the Lone Warrior and stuff like that, too.
Yeah, that's
they borrow from both. But that's Lucas for you in general. Like, that's basically Lucas.
Well, Lucas has also been known for mixing all kinds of different elements from all
sci-fi and everything else like that. But his go-to was always, like, westerns and westerns and fucking samurai stuff and stuff like that. Japanese films.
Well, yeah, because they always did bring a somewhat general demographic, especially among the older audience.
Exactly. It draws in younger audiences, too.
Yeah.
I don't know if The Mandalorian is appropriate for children, though. That one's a question mark. I mean, it's up to you guys.
I'd
whatever.
say like PG-13.
Yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you, parents. Whatever. But anyway, so they introduced Mando, and Mando is just immediately badass. Like, just immediately, like Boba and them. Like when they get introduced, it's just you're told they're badass. Like you're just told. Like Boba walks in the room, it's like, oh, he's the biggest bounty hunter. But you get no proof of anything, right? It's just, hi, I'm Boba Fett. I'm the best, right? Mm-hmm. Mando actually beats the fuck out of some people and chops the dude in half.
With the doors.
Yes. And I'm sitting there going, oh, fucking awesome, right? Like,
hey, they tried to fuck with him.
Oh, Mando's being played by Pedro Pascal, who is doing a fucking amazing job playing the character. I figured he would, though. I don't know. You didn't watch Game of Thrones.
No.
But Game of Thrones, he was Oberlin, Prince Oberlin. Everybody liked him. He's really good. He's been in a bunch of other stuff, too. But he's a good actor. So I was like, oh, yeah, it's like they picked a established actor to play the role, right? Mm-hmm. And it fucking worked, because he's so good. He's playing the character so fucking good. But he is introduced, fucking badass right off the bat, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, wow, so good. So fucking good. Draws you in immediately. It's like, hey, hooked you. Now I'm going to bring you in and do some lore, right? So they give you a little bit of lore here and there as you go. Then they introduce, and another thing Disney's doing with this one they don't usually do, because like their movies and stuff, like especially with the Jedi films, they're less likely to pull in like seasoned actors. Like they're more likely to be like, hey, I'm just going to hire some random actors, right, in newbies, which is good and all because you give them a chance for like a career, but it doesn't always pan out. Like sometimes you end up with some actors that don't know what the fuck they're doing, and you're stuck with them. Ray. I know I'm gonna get hate from this from probably from the female audience. I don't care. Bad acting is bad acting. Because there's bad actors, there's bad male actors too. But anyway, and I'll be able to break that a little later on in this review because there are some amazing female actresses in this fucking show. Like, holy fuck, was so happy. But anyway, they bring in Carl Weathers, as the like bounty hunter like guru guy that like basically leads the guild basically.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, Carl Weathers, we haven't seen him in years, and he's a good actor. Like, he's really good. He plays it really good. The bad guy that hires him to the job is an established actor. I can't remember his name right now. But you know that voice. Like, as soon as he starts talking, he's like, I am looking for, and you're just like, wow, okay, yeah, I know that guy, right? But like, such a good actor, so good. And they give Mando the tracking device, whatever, blah 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 crap, and he goes after to go find the thing that no one else can get because he's a Mandalorian, right? Oh, quick small note to the feminist who bitched about the first episode, that there's no female characters. Did you fucking not see that the leader of the Mandalorian tribe, the one who makes their armor pieces, which is basically like held above high because that's the person who makes the fucking armor pieces for a race that is, well, I don't know if it's a race, it's like a religion basically.
It's like a creed.
It's a creed, it's a religion basically. Because he even calls it a religion at one point.
Yeah.
It's like a religion, but for their religion, the person who makes their fucking armor is basically like the Pope, like, and it's a female. So, but anyway, maybe you just didn't see it. I don't know, whatever. Which and the lady planner is doing a great job at it too. By the way, I loved it. I don't remember the lady's name, but she's doing an amazing job playing the character. So Mando goes to find the prize, and he goes to the planet to find the prize. They introduce Nick Nolte as the guy that helps him. The one that goes, "I have spoken." It's obviously a CG character. It's not actually Nick Nolte, but Nick Nolte, good actor. Real nice to see him again.
But the thing that you gotta love about Mando is that he's got some actual personality to him. It's like, dude, if I had some fucking Jawas and they stripped my ship, I would want to torch them too. Shit.
Well, you went a little further than you should have at this point because there's still some more stuff to talk about in between there.
Yeah, I know.
So Mando, once again, proving how badass he is, finds the thing that no one else can find. Or people have found it, but they failed because it's being protected so badly. So Mando goes to get it. He's going to formulate a plan. A robot droid fucking bounty hunter goes in there and causes him to have to actually go in guns a-blazing. And Mando just proves how great he really is, They find the prize, which, Baby Yoda. Which is what causes the memes and everywhere.
And the funny thing about Baby Yoda is, based on the newest episode, they're thinking he'll be the replacement for the meme with Kermit the Frog when he's sipping the tea.
It could be. I don't know. It's entertaining at this point.
There's a whole range of memes. It's just insane.
The droid decides he wants to kill Baby Yoda because she can bring Baby Yoda back dead, but for a lesser price. And Mando proves that he has more character development and more feeling than any of like Boba or fucking his fucking daddy, who had none, by shooting the droid and being like, "Fuck you, no, you're not killing the baby," even though it is 50 years old. Anyway.
Well, come on, it's Baby Yoda.
I know, right?
Don't kill Baby
Looks like
Yoda.
a fucking gremlin, basically.
That's like a little goblin. That's like, okay, he's my little guy. Come along.
Every time I see Baby Yoda, all I hear is Gizmo's voice going, "Bright lights! Bright lights!"
But no, it's just adorable because, well, let's see. Shall we go on to the new episode yet or no?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's the end of that would actually be the end of episode 2, wouldn't it?
Yeah, episode 2.
Yeah. So, yeah, he gets the baby and stuff, and then he has to make his way back. So we're on episode 3 now.
Yeah.
Which is, you were just talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Goes back to his ship to find that the Jawas have stripped it, basically. Because that's what the Jawas are. They're fucking sand people that steal shit,
Little bastards.
So, we talked about earlier about fucking Boba Fett with his stupid-ass rocket pack, right? It seems like every, Mandalorian has, their blaster. And then they have, a secondary weapon that's, their go-to, right? It's like this is my badass weapon, right? for some fucking reasons, Boba's is a fucking jetpack. Well, not a jetpack, but a rocket pack. And I'm just like, you're an idiot. You know, like, what the fuck? So, Mando's weapon of choice is, and I'm not sure which rifle they were, because it looks like a Civil War musket, but it also could have been a Sharps rifle. I honestly think it's a Sharps, like it's supposed to be like an imitation of a Sharps rifle, because it's a breech loader.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's a Sharps rifle. Mm-hmm. But it's shaped like a Sharps rifle with a cattle prod shocker at the end of it. And it fucking disintegrates people. Like, literally disintegrates them. Like, boom, gone.
Yeah. Bye-bye, you don't exist, bye.
First time he used the weapon, I was like, oh, I want. You know? Fucking Jawa. Gone. Fucking did what? Disintegrates, I think, 3 of them, right?
No. It was other bounty hunters I was trying to fuck with them.
No, there was no other bounty hunters there at the Jawas.
No, not at the Jawas.
He disintegrates 3 of the Jawas.
No. Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, he does, dude.
Yeah.
He disintegrates at least 3 of them, maybe even 4.
Yeah, and then he even tried to torch more of them.
Yeah, he tried to Mando with his fucking torch arm, man. He just like, he's always trying to torch people. It's really funny. Fucking love it. But anyway, so he goes back, gets some help from the old man again. They go to talk to the Jawas. When they show up, the Jawas are pissed. And he's they don't seem to like you that much. And he's like, might be because I tried to fuck. It might be because I disintegrated a couple of them. You know? It's like, no, really? So not only is he badass, but he's kind of funny to a point, too. So they go to talk to Jawas, and the Jawas make fun of Mando for not being able to speak Jawa very well. They tell him he sounds like a Wookiee. And he's like, Wookiee this! And he tries to burn them! Like, you're in the middle of, like, negotiations for your ship parts, and you're like, fuck it, I don't care. Apparently, Mandalorians have a very small fuse.
I could relate.
So he has to go get the egg for them, because they're like, we want the egg! First they want his helmet. And he's like, fuck you, no. Because they're not allowed to take their helmets off in front of other people. Or have their helmet taken off. And they're like, okay, we want the egg. So he has to go fight this monster thing that I forget what it was called. Looks like a rhino just on steroids, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say steroids and PCP.
Something, yeah, just anger, basically. So he fights the rhino and stuff, almost dies during it. Because, hey kids, hey YouTubers, when you're carrying a weapon on your back that's a breech loader, and you're going into a muddy fucking cave, maybe you shouldn't carry the weapon that's a breech loader on your back! Because when you get knocked backwards by the gigantic monster that you're going to find, and you slide across the mud, guess what happens to that breech loader weapon? Exactly what happened to Mando. Nothing. Because the breech loader's full of mud then. And it won't fire. Not a fucking gat. I mean, not a gat, but a fucking Glock. It's not a Glock. It's not going to work. So Mando almost dies because of it. Baby Yoda helps him, using his Yoda powers.
Yep.
Because he's Baby Yoda. And we'll get to another thing about that at the end. Where it's like, how did this happen? But anyway, so Baby Yoda helps him. He ends up killing the monster. They go back, they get the ship fixed, they fly back to the planet to turn in the bounty, which is Baby Yoda. Turns in the bounty. Now, the guild rule is that once you do something, you're supposed to leave and be gone, right? But now, Boba and them would have been like, fuck it, I got paid, I'm out, right?
Yeah. See ya, on to the next job.
Mando's not that way. Usually he is. But on this one, Mando's like, what are you going to do with it? Because it's a baby, you know? Mm-hmm. And they're like, well, you shouldn't be asking, guild, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, fine, whatever, So he gets his, Beskar steel, that's the Mandalorian steel and stuff like that, and then goes and, he even asks Carl Weathers' character, what are they going to do with it? And he's just like, you know better than that, and he's like, fine, whatever. So he goes and he gets his fucking armor done by the female armor maker, who's badass, feminist. Hello, hi. Next time, watch the episode and make sure you're not stupid. Anyway, she makes the armor for him. He gives some to the foundlings, because the foundlings are the orphans and stuff like that, like he was. and they have an argument because it was it was Imperial markings on it, or Empire markings, right? Imperial, Empire,
Imperial, no, Empire.
Empire, it's
It
Empire.
was Empire.
It's the same thing, whatever. Anyway,
no, it was.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The Empire's gone at this point. No spoilers. Well, we already said that, but
Well, it was kind of like the KKK. It's like they got defeated, but now they're in hiding.
Well, they did a great purge on them, basically.
Yeah.
And the armor, the steel had been stolen and remarked with the Imperials, the Empire seal. And so one of the guys gets pissed at him, and they get into a fight and stuff like that. And the female armor maker's like, he has chosen to follow the way. How is he a coward? Have you ever had have you ever taken your helmet off? No. Has anyone ever taken your helmet off? No. And you follow the way. Yes. Then this is the way. And then they all go around the thing like, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way. Which has caused other memes around the internet with fucking, Uganda Knuckles is back! This is the way, this is the way. Because now Uganda's like, can you show me the way? And all the Mandalorians are like, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way.
Well, hell, we may see some in Chicago in a few weeks.
Oh, God, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, she makes his new armor. So he comes out all decked out in his full Mandalorian fucking Beskar armor, right? Mm-hmm. Which also means Boba was a bitch, because Boba didn't have a single piece of Beskar armor on. Neither does Daddy. Nope. Because that's the whole point of being a Mandalorian, is you're trying to get those pieces back to make your armor again.
Yeah.
So, once again, proving that Mando is much better than Boba was. Mm-hmm. So Boba comes back, gets another job from Carl Weathers' character to go away, to try to forget about the baby that he gave up. But he can't do it. Because he actually has feelings. Oh, fuck! Really? A character with development. Oh, fuck. So he decides, fuck it, I got this new armor, let's go get that baby back. Once again, proving that stormtroopers are shitty. Although these stormtroopers actually give up a fight. Like, they actually, they're not completely incompetent, right?
Yeah.
They actually put up a fucking fight. They actually got him, pinned at one point. Mm-hmm. The flying birds save him.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so he gets Baby Yoda back. Then the other bounty hunters try to stop him because the fobs go back on. Yeah. And he starts disintegrating motherfuckers with that rifle. And I don't know about you, but maybe at first they'd be like, yeah, let's get that fucking fucker so we can get our bounty. But as soon as I saw the first guy just go, I'd have been like, and I'm out! And I'm out! No, did you see what that rifle did? Fuck you! I'm out! Yeah. But they're not that smart, of course.
No. What can I say? Moral of the story, don't let greed consume your mind.
That's exactly it. So he's looking pretty bad at that point, like he's not going to make it. And honestly, he probably wouldn't have. But the Mandalorians that are hiding underground come out of hiding and help him. Because this is the way. Because they help each other. That's the point. And then he makes a reference to Boba Fett with the one guy who has the rocket pack and salutes him. And then as he's flying away in the ship, he goes, I gotta get me one of those. Which the rocket pack, that's fine. Rocket on your back? No, fuck off. But anyway, so on episode 3. Episode 4. So now he's on the run. And he goes to a deserted planet in the middle of fucking nowhere.
That was still like one scene before they landed where he was, Baby Yoda was messing all the buttons.
So fucking funny. Fucking pressing buttons and shit. Just like, bleep, 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 bleep. And after a little bit, Mando looks at him and goes, don't press those. Baby Yoda literally looks over at him and goes, it's fucking funny.
Then Mando pushes the button, puts him on his lap. It's like, nope.
You come here. You're gonna sit on Daddy's lap. Fucking little dick.
What? It was funny.
It was funny. See, Disney, this is how you do a good thing with Star Wars. It's exciting. It's fun to watch. It's entertaining. The story's good. The characters are involved. I mean, you want to watch it. Like, every time an episode ends, you're like, oh man, next one, right?
Yeah.
This is how you make a good Star Wars thing. Like, and I'm not even a Star Wars fan. Like, I've seen everything, but I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. But I can respect good production, And this is good production. But anyway, So he's on a deserted planet in the middle of nowhere, and he runs into not really a bounty hunter, but more of like a female on the run who was a shock trooper.
Yeah.
And she is fucking badass.
Yeah,
like,
she is.
Beats the living shit out of him. Like, they literally end up, like, lock to lock, like, basically, like, blaster to blaster, right? Mm-hmm. And then Baby Yoda just sitting outside being like, what's up? Drinking his bone broth? Yeah. Maybe you guys should stop that shit. So they decide to stop this shit. And they talk and stuff. She tells him he's got to go, blah, 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 whatever. So he goes back to his ship, and then some people come out of nowhere who are living in, like, a village out in the middle of fucking nowhere, and they're krill fishermen. Which I thought it was funny that I knew what that was. When I saw it, and they said, I was like, yes, I was right.
I thought it was krill.
But they fucking do that, and they want his help to get rid of the bad guys that are causing their village problem. They look like monkeys, basically. Yeah. I don't forget what they were called. In Star Wars, the names are weird. But anyway, they go to help and stuff like that, and find out they got a fucking Imperial walker. And they're just like, you're gonna have to move, because that's a fucking Imperial walker. You know, like, this shit is not good, right?
Yeah.
But then they formulate a plan, and the female helps him out and stuff like that, because he goes to get her help, you know. Mm-hmm. Anyway, they formulate a plan, and they train. She wanted to just bolt. Like, the female was like, we're done, we're out, let's go, right? And the people are like, we can help. And she's like, they're not trained soldiers. And when she said that, I went, Mando has enough weapons on his ship to arm a small army. And you are both trained fighters. Can't you do a little bit of training? Like, teach them? And then immediately Mando's like, well, we can teach them. And I was like, thank you! Right? He has a brain! Holy fuck! Once again, proving he's better than Boba Fett. I think they're literally just trying to prove that. Like, fuck him, this one's better. So they do some training with the people and stuff like that, treat them how to shoot, stuff like that, whatever. So on and so forth, they formulate a plan. They get the Imperial to follow them out. By the way, the scene of them, like, murdering people, like, assassinating all the monkey fuckers and shit was fucking great. Showed off, like, just some great fight choreography. Just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful scenes. The choreography is so much better than the new movies. So much better. It's a TV show. I think the budget for the first season is only like 150 mil. That is so much less than the movies.
Yeah, that's true. Nowadays,
and you can see it in some of the stuff. Like there's some things where like the CGI is not as good and stuff like that. And there's some blur and shit, motion blur with CGI and stuff. But the choreography's better, the acting's better, the script is better. Like, it's just better in general, you know? And I'm like, God damn, like, Disney, this is what you gotta do right here.
Well, and I think the big difference in the way those budgets... Because here's the thing, we may get the numbers on these budgets, but we don't see where they're allocating it to the budget.
Yeah, but, like, are you making, like, a reference to, like, how much are they paying the actors?
That's part of it, but I'm thinking... How much hype and advertising are you pumping into these movies versus a TV series?
This is true, yeah, because they didn't really hype The Mandalorian.
No.
Like, everybody knows about The Mandalorian because, one, the meme, and two, the fact it's on Disney+.
So really, that's free advertisement right there. They didn't have to pump and hype the movie.
No, they really didn't. No. What's spreading this series is the fact that it's good. Because everybody you talk to that's seen it, it's like, oh, it's good. It's good. Like, watch it. Seriously, it's good. You know? And that's great, you know. Fucking hey, Star Wars actually has life again, you know.
True.
Not in the form of a Jedi story. Thank you. I bet they'll bring some Jedis into it at some point. Somewhere along the line, they'll run into somebody.
Yeah, it could be.
Who knows? Maybe he'll run into Rey or something. Who knows? Because we don't know how long this is before. Like this is during the break of like Empire to the. What's the new
like
fuckers called? No, what's the new fuckers called? The ones in the new movies, the bad guys. It's Empire, and then it's
the Imperials.
Is it Imperials the new ones now? I don't fucking remember. I must call them Nazis because that's what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Fuck it. It's the break between them, where everything's in chaos because the rebels ain't doing shit to fucking control anything. They're trying to, but they suck at it. Yeah, good job, Leia. Oh, what? She would have been in charge during this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Luke was off doing his Jedi shit.
This would have been during Leia and Han's shot time, yeah.
Yeah, and Luke was off doing his Jedi
Doing,
stuff.
oh yeah, Luke. He might run into Luke.
You could.
Mando, ooh, I like that. I like that. Do that, Disney. Do that. Mark Hamill, Luke, Mando, do it. I would like that. That'd be cool. Or even Han. Somebody.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Okay, YouTube, sorry about that. Camera cut out and we had to plug it in because it apparently went dead even though it was showing almost full battery. Anyway, like we said, you won't be able to do Carrie Fisher. She's dead. Rest in peace. But it'll be interesting to see where this goes at this point. Because, well, we'll finish the recap anyway. So, they fight the thing. They lure the walker into like a pit trap thing. And the Imperial walker, it falls in, done. They win. And then at the end, the badass female, like she's so badass. I love her so much. Her character is fucking great. Is basically like, so Baby Yoda seems happy here, right? And she's like, why don't you stay? And he's like, I don't really belong here. And she's like, oh, come on. Is it a fresh widow over there? Come on. And I'm just like, she is literally telling him to go fuck that, right?
Pretty much.
And I was like, wow, that's funny. And she was going to stay anyway.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, it's not for me. He's like, I'm going to leave him here. But a life on the run with me is just not, it's not a life for a baby, for a child. He's like, it's not the way, right? But he forgets that the fobs are still a thing. That the tracking fobs are there. So somebody shows up, she kills the guy. Shows up trying to kill Baby Yoda. And they're back on the run again.
Yep.
Because they don't have a choice. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. But so far, like, the ratings it's getting, like the high reviews it is getting, it's well deserved.
Oh yeah.
It's very well deserved. The acting is stellar. It's absolutely stellar. Characters that they pick accents stay in them.
True.
Rey. The writing's good.
The character development is
It's
phenomenal.
fucking great so far.
Because it's actual, it's like, you could always portray a character, but there's actual, like, life to these characters.
Yes, there is. Like, it's enjoyable to watch. There's life to the characters. You want to actually... Every time... Like literally, like, he was coming home from work the other day, and as soon as he got home from work, he was telling me how his day went, stuff like that, and I was like, oh, by the way, new episode of The Mandalorian, and we were both like, oh, well, we know what we're watching while we fucking eat tonight, right? Like we know what we're watching. Like, we were both excited to fucking watch the new Mandalorian. So every time the new Mandalorian goes up, I'll be like, yes, fucking Mandalorian. And we'll do a new review on the current episode. This one will be a little bit longer because it's 4 in a row, But anyway, so far the acting is it's amazing. The acting is great. The story is good. Character development is fucking stellar. Like I said, there's not as much money in this as there is in like the movies and stuff, so the effects aren't as good. But that's understandable. It's TV. It's not a movie.
But at the same time, money does not dictate whether it's a good movie or not.
No, God no. God no. And whether a movie makes a lot of money does not mean if a movie's good or not. Michael Bay. I rest my case. His movies are subpar at best. And explosions. Done. But yet they make gangbusters. Because people are stupid and they go see them. But yeah, this is one of our regular reviews, guys. Like I said, we're doing these because we're like, hey, we're just two regular guys giving you our opinion. Because most of your movie review people online, I'm not saying anything bad about them because I love watching their stuff, But they're like, oh, I went to film school, blah, blah, this and that. Well, my credentials, right? Well, good enough, good, fine, and dandy for them. But that's not an average person view. That's someone who knows, like, oh, did you see the frame, this frame and stuff? The lighting was, 10% below what it was, so on and so forth, right?
Generally, the average Joe doesn't care.
No, they don't see that. The average Joe is going to focus in on, was the acting good? Was the story entertaining? Did it keep me involved? So on and so forth. Which is why we're doing this.
And that's also why when they do movie ratings, you have one side saying this is what the critics are saying.
This is what critics are saying, and this is what the public is saying.
Yes.
Which the public is not always a good indicative thing of like a good review, though.
But sometimes the critics aren't right either.
Yeah, because sometimes the public's like, well, I like the series, so it's good automatically. In the case of Star Wars, you have that a lot. Nostalgia tends to cloud the mind. and you end up with reviews that are fucking way off the truth. For us, though, especially me and you, we're normals to a point, and we do have a little bit more experience with this because of what we do for the anime stuff and shit like that. And we know some terms and know some people in the industry and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
but we're still pretty normals, you know.
Yeah, and I'll admit, on the side, I've studied a little bit of radio and stuff like that.
So have I.
Yeah.
I've studied some of the film stuff. I've done some light acting stuff when I was younger, singing stuff like that. So I've had a little bit of light training, but like nothing like, and I do the editing and stuff for this, which is, it's nothing fantastic. I'm not even saying like, I do a great job. No, I don't, because I don't give a fuck enough to do it.
Yeah, because I'll admit, it's like, you could, even with just radio, for example, you could learn so much.
Yeah.
Especially, even if you're doing like YouTube gaming streaming, for example.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, especially when you get some of those mics where you have the big circle.
Mm-hmm. Pop filters, you mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's a very common mistake people do when they pop the P's.
Yeah. That's why you have the pop filter, but for some reason they still get too close to it, which I'm like, why the fuck are you doing that?
Instead of talking directly into the mic, trying to talk towards the side of the mic.
Mm-hmm, which is a dipshit. Because I think they think that they're being blocked by the filter.
No,
and it's like, no, the filter's there to keep that from happening. It's there to keep the from your pee from hitting the mic,
Yeah, and when that happens, it's an easier transition, and the audio is more clear with your
Which
audio.
I know our audio on these is not great. We're just using the microphone and the camera because I don't really have a setup for it, and I don't really give a fuck to do a better setup because we're a nonprofit and we don't care. If we were making money on this, maybe, but we will never be making money on this. But hey, it keeps commercials off of it for you.
Yeah, and the way the rules are changing.
Oh God, thank God we're nonprofit. Fuck.
Yeah.
But anyway, so far, like we said, it's great. The story keeps you involved. The characters are fun. It's good. Like, it really is good. Like, like I said at the beginning, Flash gets, you don't get to Star Wars another, franchise. Which they turned Star Wars into a fucking verb instead of a noun, which I think is hilarious. But, no, like, this is actually, good job, Disney. Like, some of your movies have been okay. I know everybody hated the Solo movie, but it wasn't that bad. Like, the acting was decent. From some of the characters. There were some characters that were like, were you sleeping that day? Apparently. Whatever.
Yeah. Get that actor a job, people.
Yeah, something. But, like, this one's actually, like, I have yet to see a really bad actor in this yet.
No.
I've yet to see the, ooh, that was bad moment,
Yeah. Or with Krusty the
I'm sure you will eventually, but who knows? We'll see. But anyway, that's our review of The Mandalorian so far. Up to episode 4, up through episode 4. Like I said, we'll be doing a new video on The Mandalorian every time they release an episode. We'll do a video. It'll be up within that week or the following week. So if you want to hear us talk about The Mandalorian, because we like talking about The Mandalorian because it's actually a good fucking Star Wars film.
True.
Well, show, film, whatever, fuck it, franchise, series. There you go, series.
Yeah, we'll go series.
Let's go series. But it's a good Star Wars piece, actually. Which, like I said, it's something that Star Wars needed.
Yeah, because it gets pretty bad when you got other YouTube users making jabs at it, and it takes off like a firestorm.
Like, and they're like fans of it. Like, they're making jabs at it, and they're fans of it. And it's not we get it. Like, the Star Wars community is a very, like. Well, I wasn't going to say fickle. I was going to say, like, they're very much, like, involved in it,
Oh, yeah.
They live it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to look at something from an open perspective, not nostalgia. Mm-hmm. Like, there's things I love, like, in my life. Like, there's things I love, movies and stuff I love. For example, to me, Christmas season doesn't start until you've seen Hans Gruber get thrown off the Nakatomi Tower. Die Hard.
Yeah.
But I'll be the first to admit, Die Hard is chock full of mistakes. Like, it really is. Is it a good film? Yeah. It's an enjoyable film to watch, but is it full of mistakes? Fuck yes. But it did launch, like, mainstream Bruce Willis and, the one that plays Hans. He's dead now. Oh my God, I can't remember his name. Shit. Anyway, he was an amazing actor. Rest in peace. But there's an example of something I like that, like, there's plenty of people that are like, it's bad. And I will admit, there are bad things in that film that, isn't good. You know, there's other things I like but I can go back and watch it and not have nostalgia cloud me. You know, because I'm just like, okay, yeah, I liked it, but it's like, you don't like the Disney movies we're watching.
Oh, yeah, for example, Home Alone. I enjoy the movie. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, but holy shit. Click on the link. The video for that's already up. Go watch it. But anyway, fucking yeah. So the Mandalorian, fucking really good. Actually, we're really surprised. I was extremely like. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I'm not. I've seen Star Wars. I've seen Star Trek stuff. I'm not a fan of either one. Really. I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong. They're enjoyable. Mm-hmm. They have universes that are unique and fun to watch to a point. But I was never like, I'm going to dress up as a Star Wars person, or I'm going to dress up as a Trekkie. It's not going to happen.
I think the most common mistake that a lot of shows and movies fall when it comes down to the sci-fi category, they focus way too much on the lore, and then disregard a lot of like character development and everything.
Well, I mean, I agree with you on that one, but I don't agree with you on that one. You want to know why?
Okay.
Star Trek, for example, you don't have to follow the lore as much because Star Trek is more based on like. This is floating into another conversation. But anyway, I'll make it quick. It's more focused on the science part.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's true. So you don't have to follow the lore as much. Now, Star Wars, for example, where it is not really based on more science, but more based on like science fiction, right, basically, fantasy. When you're basing something on fantasy, your lore is important. Yeah. You need to follow the lore, which is the problems they've been having with the current films.
Because it restricts your creativity, really.
Well, no, it's not that. Lore is fine. But when you just take your lore after 6 films and go, which is what they've done with the new ones.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It doesn't work. And that's where a lot of people are being blown off by the new films because you're not following the lore anymore. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Now, The Mandalorian does a pretty good job of following lore, which is why it's decent. Because they're doing a good job on. Now, I'm not an expert on the Mandalorian lore. I did read up a little bit on it before I started watching, but it seems like they're doing a pretty good job of following the lore. At least, good enough, you know.
Yeah. But they're not throwing out, and if they are making mistakes, they're not obvious.
They're not gigantic fucking mistakes.
Yeah.
They're not. Hey, I just used the Force control stuff without any training. Fuck you. No.
Well, how did Baby Yoda do with that?
Well, Baby Yoda that's a good point, actually.
Yeah, sorry.
They did break that lore. We don't know, though. Because Baby Yoda is that species.
Yeah,
we know human species have to have training.
Yeah.
Jedi training.
True.
Does Yoda's species have to?
Not sure.
We're never told.
And he's also 50 years old.
Exactly.
So.
Maybe he saw it and figured it out. But, once again, we don't actually know. We don't know if Yoda had to have training to be able to use his powers.
Yeah, that's true.
We have no clue. But we do know that the human species does. Mm-hmm. Which is where they fall short of the movies.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, good point. Good point. I never thought about that. But, like I said, we don't know.
Yeah.
That's a question mark. So, maybe The Mandalorian broke the lore a little bit. We're not sure on that one. Because we're not really told. Because Yoda's species is different.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be like a psychokinetic, species. Yeah. So that might...
Psychokinetic?
Psychokinetic species. Mm-hmm. So maybe that is just something they can do. I don't know. It's kind of like, when you learn to speak and stuff. You just do it.
Yeah. Or kind of like Professor X with telepathy.
Something.
Yeah.
But, like, we do know that human species does need training.
Yeah, that's true.
So, fuck you movies. But anyway, you're right. The Mandalorian might have broke it there. We're not exactly sure. That's a question mark. But anyway, that's what we got at this point, guys. This one's probably been long. In fact, this one's probably close to an hour, probably 30 minutes to an hour, or something like that. Well, whatever. I hope you. If you stuck around this long, thank you. First of all, we hope you enjoyed. If you didn't like the video, you can hit the dislike button. But if you liked that video, hit that like button. Don't forget to look at the current giveaway on the front channel. Click on the video, leave a comment on that video, and you'll be entered for a chance to win that giveaway once you reach that subscriber amount. Remember, guys, we're a non-profit charitable. We don't make any money doing this. There's no money here. None. We could be, too. We could be monetized.
Yeah, we could, but
we're not going to.
And trust me, thank God we don't, because if
the rule changes and stuff, fuck it. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, and even a lot of the...
Plus, we decided a long time ago we weren't.
No, because let's just say we've seen money change people in really bad ways.
It wasn't even that. It was just we don't like commercials.
Well, that too, but...
And we were like, we don't want commercials on our videos.
Well, it started off as commercials, but as time went by, it's become more and more reasons
not to do it, yeah. But yeah, so we won't be monetizing, guys. You'll never see the Ohio Guys channel as monetization.
No.
Not as long as I'm here.
No.
Because that takes a full vote for that to change in our shit, and I ain't voting yes on that ever.
Nope. I'm out. No.
So there's 2 votes right there, so it's never getting changed. Unless we're not here anymore. Anyway. But thanks for watching, guys. We hope you liked the video. Hit the like button if you do. Subscribe. Tell your friends. The sooner we get to that next subscriber mark, the sooner that giveaway goes away, whatever the current one is. And it'll be one every 100 for at least a long, long time. At least we hope so. Whatever. But yeah, Mandalorian, fucking really good so far. This is our first review because we'll be doing some more of these down the road from different aspects and features. But they'll always be like this because this way we can't get copyrighted.
Yeah, because...
If it's just us talking about it, you can't get fucked over.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here, guys. And we'll see you in the next video. We don't have a closer for this, now that I think about it. I got nothing. Unless you got something you can throw on the end of this. That'd be catchy or something. Let me think.
Make good choices.
You already say that on your videos. Can't reuse the thing. They'd be like me going, oh, wait, what do I say at the end of my streams now? Fuck. Well, you gotta do what you want to do to be happy with you. No, we're not doing that. We're not reusing our fucking sayings from other video segments.
Fine. Are you watching what I'm watching?
I see what you did there. It's not nice.
What? It's funny.
It's no. Art is art.
Yeah.
Formulate your own opinions.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Good. Oh, fuck you.
You like that one? Do you like that one?
Yeah.
I like that one. Art is art. Formulate your own opinions. Yeah, you got something to add to it?
You fucking little cookie.
No. Ignore that. Yeah, art is art. Art is art. You too. Formulate your own opinions. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Fucking what I'm fucking. God. What are you fucking right